Welcome back to another episode of the New York Fellas. Saint, Marty, Lige, no Eric. I think he was out on Long Island for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers who might listen. Saint, happy Father's Day.
Saint, happy Father's Day.
Oh, thanks.
And happy
Thanks,
birthday.
everybody.
We forgot about that, too.
You know what's funny is
I texted you.
Paul posted a picture of your daughter on his neck, and she was like, and it was like, oh, and Ariana pees where she's not supposed to. And I was going to write back, Saint used to pee in places he wasn't supposed to all the time. But I didn't.
Yeah, I'm really glad you didn't fucking do that on on a post with my daughter in it.
But it was to Paul. It was for Paul.
But it's in the public eye.
No,
that'd be a bad look.
She wouldn't have. He would. No one would see it.
Your daughter can't read my message on Instagram.
Yeah, Paul can.
To which I was hoping that he would read it aloud to the group. But then I asked my wife, and she was like, if you have to ask me, it's probably not appropriate. And I was like, all right, fine.
That's a good point. That's a good check right
there.
That
would have been funny, though, right, Saint?
It would have been funny if it was like my friends and us. If you saying that gets in the wrong audience, no, it's not funny. It becomes very shitty for me.
You don't
think the right audience?
You think Paul would? You think Paul would bring that up? You think Paul would bring that up at the Thanksgiving dinner table?
There's a chance that Paul would say that, and he would say, in not knowing in passing, he would just say that as a joke, like thinking it's funny. And then he would say it around who knows what family members or who was there or what. So then,
yeah, I'll be honest, that's what I was really going for.
Right, and then if he did that, then I would be fucking pissed at you.
What family? I mean, realistically, who doesn't know?
Well, who doesn't know what? I mean, Marty, not everybody grew up with me, so they don't know me. Just like not everybody knows everything about you and Mike and
But you did used to pee in places that you probably shouldn't have all the time.
I think
Okay, yeah, dude. There's also context with that. Obviously, okay, yes. Being severely intoxicated in certain circumstances, yes, that happened. If you're just gonna say that blatantly and make it seem like that I'm just walking around fucking that's pretty crazy. So yes, I would be pissed. And the context with the wrong people not knowing what you're talking about in a very potentially conservative-ish household. Yes, Mike, that's a fucking bad look. So yeah, you shouldn't have done that. If it's just like me around my friends and you guys, yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit. Mike, you guys have said all types of shit. It doesn't matter.
DM him right now.
Should I DM Paul and tell him that you used to pee all over the place?
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, I thought I should tell you that, but I didn't do it. So
we did it on the podcast.
We're good. We just did it for all the 700,000 listeners that are going to watch us on YouTube later.
Imagine this is the most watched episode.
200K views. The Mad Peer.
Yeah, but me giving that context is still even better than him just saying that.
Well, I mean, dude, obviously, if we say that, we're
Marty,
not talking about...
If we say that's not an obvious... I wouldn't say that's an obvious,
People would obviously know that we're talking about when
yeah, I thought it was implied that when I said it, Paul would know that you were under the influence of alcohol.
You weren't just sober.
Dude, you think Paul and I have recently, become... fairly close because we're by way of being family. I didn't grow up with Paul. I don't know Paul that well, and Paul doesn't know me that well.
I love Paul. I think Paul's a tremendous guy.
Every time he sees you, you have a drink in your hand, so you don't think you can put two and two together.
Marty, connecting dots, reading tea leaves.
Every time he sees me, how do you know every time he sees me?
Every time.
He's connecting dots and reading tea leaves. Very
well.
Am
I wrong?
Yes.
Do you have a drink?
Yes, actually, yes.
Did you have a drink today?
No.
Well, it's not over yet.
The entire time we were just together for the last couple of days. So no, Marty. That's not accurate.
Night's still young, Saint. You can still have one.
Right. I mean, today would have been the day. It's Father's Day. Kick back. Have a couple of beers, man.
Yeah, in theory, I could. Honestly, dude, if we were to put a measuring stick to it, because you both are in New York City, maybe not Marty, but definitely you, Mike. You've definitely have drank more than you probably have drank more than me over the last like year. I'd be willing to put something to it because you're going out more socially and you're with John and fucking whoever, right? So you're like actually maybe once a week, right? Maybe
Mike puts him down.
Maybe like
every other weekend.
Right?
Yeah, no, I guess maybe. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I had a Sun Cruiser at not Billy's, no, at Stan's before the Yankee game.
When did you guys go to the game?
Friday. And man, I'll tell you, I could have probably had 27 more.
What flavor?
Yeah, they're very light and they're very
just regular iced tea.
Oh, I don't like the iced tea ones.
Especially when it's like super hot out and they just taste like iced tea. It's great.
Wait, there's other flavors, Lige?
Hey, there's a strawberry lemonade one.
There's a blackberry lemonade iced tea one. There's a raspberry iced tea lemonade one.
I mean, the Sun Cruiser, the Surfside, any of them. Just give them to me.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the easiest way to lose weight is to just stop drinking?
If you drink a lot, yeah.
I don't drink a lot, and I have a hard time losing weight.
That's what I'm saying.
I think beer. If you drink a lot of beer consistently, yes.
Yeah. If you
drink a lot, ways to stop eating.
Would you consider Miller Lights?
Yeah.
And that,
beer.
Just goes back to my conversation. It just goes back to a conversation I had with Dan. I'm like, Dan, if you just stop drinking Miller Lights, he's like, they're 100 calories.
Yeah, but dude, if you have 13 of them, like, that's fucking 1,300 empty calories. Like,
listen, my brother Dan, I'm not really turning to him for health advice. At one point in his life, maybe he did get actually jacked, but not over the last 5 years. There is a
lot of general things I actually would consult Dan with just for his general knowledge base of life stuff. No, health is not one of them.
Right. I agree.
We need a genteel podcast.
Dude, that actually would... Just the four of you with your intermingling opinions on things could probably do some numbers.
I mean, it would go Israel, it would go Palestine.
Dude, it would cover everything under the sun. It would cover sports. It would cover construction. It would cover finance. Cover banking.
Yeah, it would do a lot.
Cover.
You know what I would like to talk about right now, though? The parade, the New York Knicks Championship parade that my wife and I attended on Thursday.
I thought Marty and Eric were going too.
I slept in and then work. I didn't take a day.
Yep, Marty didn't make it. Eric, I think, made it to... He was at the very beginning of the parade. For those of you who know Lower Manhattan, it started on Battery Place, which then kind of loops around into the Canyon of Heroes. So he was all the way at the beginning, and I don't think he really got a good sight or a line of sight or whatever you want to call it. Tay and I were at the very beginning of not the very beginning of the parade, but right before they make the turn on up Broadway, which is the Canyon of Heroes, before they go to City Hall. We got there at 7:15. We got in. There was very minimal amount of people around us. I mean, there was a shit ton of people, but it wasn't like what you saw on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. It was awesome. It was a great time. I mean, we saw all the floats go by. We saw all of the old players, the new players, Fat Joe, all those guys, Timmy. They also, prior to that,
Fat Joe was there.
I know. Prior to that, all the buses brought them to the beginning of Broadway. I don't know why they did this, but then all of the players and all of the Wilt and all the Walt, sorry, all those guys. I saw a video of Wilt the other day. That's why I said it. They walked back to the beginning of the parade. So when they were walking through, they got super close to where we were. Kat held the Eastern Conference trophy up, and all the guys around it were touching it. So it was really cool. But it was an awesome, awesome time. I was sitting there at the parade just thinking to myself, man, I really want to go to one of these for the New York Yankees. That would be amazing. But nevertheless, it was awesome. People were friendly. I'm sure you guys saw some things online, especially of that fat, nasty lady who dumped all the trash out on the sidewalk and took the blue and orange trash can that the Department of Sanitation painted for the parade. Don't get me wrong. I hate the Department of Sanitation. I think they're useless. I hate them. They're union, blah, 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 garbage. But this woman just picked up the trash, dumped it all over the street, and just was on her merry way. And
The garbage can.
she took the garbage can. I mean, it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like it would be a cool thing to have. But, like, if you're going to do it, like, maybe...
You can buy it. You can literally buy it. You
Yeah.
don't even have to do it.
Well, you can steal it.
Well, buying costs money. Stealing costs no money.
Well, I hope they find out who she is and prosecute her. But they don't prosecute people around here anyway, so what does it matter?
That was a bad look.
Yeah, dude, they're not going to prosecute people for robbing stores, but they're going to prosecute her for stealing a trash
Either way,
can.
did you see the one video of the chick ripping the other chick off the street pole, and then she's ripping her pants down? Those are like the two major incidents. And then the guy who also like overdosed on top of the subway station, who was saved, thankfully. But outside of those three things...
I'm sure we could find a lot more.
I'm sure we could find
Big
a lot
cat.
more, but
Oh, yeah, you're missing the key part. Saved and then tried to make out with the chick.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
whatever. There was a ton of people that got turned away though. Like I don't know what they call them. They call them banks or whatever, wherever they let people in to watch along Broadway. And they got so full that people were watching from a distance. There were so many people down there.
People being trapped in the subway was terrifying.
Brutal.
That's literally what I did. I woke up, went on Twitter, saw that video, and I was like, yeah.
I had gotten off the subway at like 7:10 down there, and it was totally fine. I mean, there was a ton of people on the train, but we walked right in, and like 15 minutes after we walked in, they closed it off, and there was a bunch of people behind us, who could see part of the parade, but they weren't able to get super close. Like, so they were just all back there, just like, but there was kids like climbing up on the scaffolding, above us. So you could hear just like all these, like, sounded like the scaffolding was going to come down at one point because there were so many people up there.
Probably
but
not supposed to have that much weight on top of scaffolding.
No, absolutely not. I was able to climb up on the scaffolding, like bars and stuff, so I could see over everybody. It was just
getting up
yeah,
there.
it was sick. The little
It's
9-year-old
actually shocking.
little 9-year-old kid who was down there who skipped his science final told me he got up close. He took my spot, but he got down. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take.
I'm gonna take that back. Thank you very much.
So, which leads me, we talked about this in the group chat, which leads me to my question, and I think everyone heard it. Saint, why do you hate parades?
Well, I guess it was good to hear you explain that. I guess I just want a genuine, actual question. So, like, explain to me what happens when you get there. So, like, you got there, and was it literally just like kind of what you described? Like everybody kind of drove by, and the floats went by, and the guys, like, were you close enough to potentially interact with anybody, or like?
Yeah, Kat. I'll send you a video after. Kat Taylor was right up on the corner, and Kat was literally like 3 feet away from her, just holding the Eastern Conference trophy, like in the crowd of people and letting everybody touch it. I mean, she didn't touch it, but she got a video, like, from 3 feet away.
You had to pay to get in, too.
Well, that's also, I don't understand that. Why do you have to pay to go on the street? Isn't it like just the street?
I'm joking.
No, I didn't have to. You don't have to pay.
Well, what's the security thing?
You had to walk. There was checkpoints you had to walk through where they like did like you walk through a metal detector. That seems like a good idea. No,
a metal detector where though? Like outside.
They had there.
Yeah, they set them up right outside, and then you just walk through. They check like bags.
From the point that you were where you were at, from where all the guys came through, you said you were at the beginning until they all passed and were like gone. How long was that? Like, how long?
I got there at 7:15. The parade didn't start till like 10:30 in the morning. And then by the time, because they don't have just like the players go by, there was like the coaching staff, there was like MSG employees, they have Fat Joe, Tracy Morgan, they have all these, they had like the.
Which seems stupid as hell. Like, are you guys all on the team? Or
no,
like,
every city does it, though.
Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, they had everybody, but they had
I don't think they do it to that extent. I have seen, like, maybe a one-off random person in certain parades. But
was on the float for the last Celtics championship.
True, yeah.
Who was?
Portnoy.
That's stupid.
The owner of Barstool Sports, Saint.
They have like the police marching band go through. They had like some Scottish,
you had a full
bagpipes.
Macy's Day Parade out there.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I kept a little piece of
confetti.
kept a little piece of confetti and threw
That's
it right
cool.
behind my phone there.
I like that. I would've done
Ideally,
that
like
too.
you would obviously want to be on Broadway. One of my buddies actually went down and like hopped over one of the barricades and got a great spot. You want to be where they're throwing the confetti off the buildings and stuff because they give people along the route in those office buildings or apartment buildings, they give them all this confetti to just like throw out. I think it's just like a bunch of shaved up paper. What's up?
30 seconds. Who's got noise in the background? I hear it.
No. It's you saying.
I hear it, so I don't think it's me.
I can hear it too. So it's definitely not me.
Who's watching the soccer game?
That's me.
Yeah.
But it's on mute.
You sure?
Yeah.
Now it is.
No, I haven't touched anything. It's been on mute.
Marty, mute yourself.
I can still hear it.
Yeah, it's
Elijah.
Saint? Elijah, is it you?
Is it me?
I'll mute myself. Tell me if it's me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Saint.
Yes. Just.
Do you have a game playing on your phone or something?
No, dude, I have nothing on anything.
Is Diana watching something somewhere?
She was down here a second ago, but she hasn't been down here.
Well, we're just going to have to battle through because it's been about a minute or so of us trying.
Yeah, what actually is that?
This is
All right,
wild.
time back in. Time in.
I don't know what it is. Sorry, I got
He's not
nothing
better.
on.
It's not loud.
He's not
just
better
here.
than
You
He's not
just hear
better
it.
than Moses Malone. What?
He's not better than Moses Malone. So yeah, the parade vibes were awesome. It was a long day. I got home at like 12:30.
It's not bad at all.
So that's what I was asking. So you got there at 7. From
Mhm.
7 till like they actually started going at 10. What did you do? Were you just standing there?
Yeah, we were just chilling. We were talking to people. The buses like started to roll up, and everyone starts losing their mind because you're trying to figure out who's on the bus. Like I could see the Larry O'Brien through like the front window of one of the buses. I think Sochan had it. I saw Ben Stiller. He's doing a documentary on
That's gonna be
the
so
Knicks from like I don't know what year, but he's doing a doc on the Knicks. So like I don't know if you saw him at all the games and stuff.
Yeah,
He was
every
always
single
like
game.
recording on his
Yeah.
phone. But it's for the doc that he's doing with HBO. So
That's
I saw
actually pretty
him.
cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Everyone started losing their minds and trying to figure out. You were asking the police officers like, where's it going to start? Is it going to start, back there, or are they coming this way? And eventually, you kind of figure out like they're coming down this way. You can see it. It was awesome. I mean, it was the first time I've ever done anything like that. Like from my sports fandom, like things that I've done, it was probably in my top 5 things that I've ever got to do.
When were you done? Like, when did you go home?
I got home at like 12:30. I also had to ride a bike home, and I didn't get an e-bike, so it took a little bit longer. And then I ended up working from 1 to 5. It was great. Just a great day.
Oh, that's a pretty good day.
A little
Dang.
half day.
You said
Can I
top
give
5 sports moment. You would say that's over like games and stuff you've actually been to. Like
I think it's in that like
He's
game.
celebrating a championship. He doesn't have many of those.
Yeah, like going to a World Series game is definitely in my top 5. Trying to think what else. Yeah, I mean that includes games. That's the easiest way to answer it. How many games have you been to though, where you're like, "Wow, that was a top 5 moment I'll have forever"? Like I don't like if you were at that
walk-off against the Rays in the ALDS was tough.
Yeah, right. Like so, it's moments like that. Like if you were at Game 4 of the NBA Finals and saw the largest comeback in NBA history, like that's a top 5 moment. Probably a number 1 moment for a lot of people.
You guys should have been there.
A lot of sports fans in general, that should be a top moment at the Garden. Like that's.
I just don't know I don't know how many of them stick out in memory for me, where I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I was there.
Yeah, the parade looks sweet. A lot of random people that I didn't know were Knicks fans were popping up as Knicks fans on my Instagram feed.
Nice.
Dozens of people were posting about the Knicks that have never talked about sports in their lives.
There was a lot of that out there.
The celebrities too. The celebrities is kind of out of control with just all these Knicks fans that come out of the woodwork. Like every celebrity I've ever heard of is a Knicks fan now. Like,
I would equate it to probably like the Lakers in the early 2000s. I mean I have this theory that Los Angeles in the early 2000s was probably the coolest place on planet Earth, and it sucks now. But like I would imagine that's what it was like in LA with Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, that would have been dope. Can I give a take about like the parade and like the active? I can't stand how much they dedicate. They're like, oh, this championship, like talking about the old teams like they had anything to do with it. It really just drives me nuts. Talking about the old players like they had, this is this is their championship as much as it is, this. It's like, no, it's not. They sucked.
It's just being a nice.
Yeah, they did that when the Red Sox won 2004. It was for all the teams that suffered before.
So annoying.
I don't think it's that they had any part in it. I think it's just a part of the brotherhood or whatever. They try to
how about
equate it to something like that or whatever.
You think Jalen Brunson, Pablo Prigioni are texting on the reg? Hey, man, this one was for you.
Pablo Prigioni.
But I mean, it probably, for Brunson, it probably does kind of have some significance because his dad is pretty close with Ewing.
There's a couple of guys. Ewing also is employed by the Knicks.
Yeah, Ewing and Starks, I think, work for MSG or the Knicks or something to that effect. But
like Melo, those guys are fine. But like Zoran's up there naming guys from the 70s. Like,
I mean, the whole thing with him is just fraudulent.
Did you see what they did for number 33 and how they had all the jerseys hanging on City Hall?
That was so funny.
Number 33, they didn't have Ewing. They had Jones. I don't even think he wore 33 for the Knicks.
No, he wore it during like a summer league game or something weird like that.
Yeah,
preseason game.
Like, that's a big miss. I mean, you'd rather just pull that down than have that up there at all.
Yeah, bad luck.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's
I will say
look.
those 90s guys are going to fall into irrelevancy here.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think they wanted the Knicks to. I think I talked about that. They didn't want the Knicks to win that championship.
Oh man,
you don't think so?
Do you really think so?
They're the best. They're the best play.
That's the best team. That's the best team before these guys they've had in. That was 27 years, 1999.
Yeah,
talking about.
But all they're known for is not being.
And now they're not going to be known at all.
I mean, I wouldn't say Patrick Ewing is not going to be known at all. But
I think this generation is not going to care about those guys at all.
I mean, dude, this generation doesn't care about anything, though, if it hasn't happened in the last 5 years.
Nor should they.
I mean, that's stupid take,
their claim to fame was getting close. No. Now they don't have a claim to fame because they had a team that won.
Rick Brunson, right after Ewing is the greatest Knick of all time.
I mean, that's dumb.
Mike, I know you're on the same page because we talk about this, but these old guys,
old NBA heads can't admit defeat, and I don't know if it's defeat. It's funny the Knicks were staying at a hotel around the corner from our apartment, so Tay and I were walking home the other day, and there's obviously crowds outside of the hotel, so we decided to stick around for a little bit. And we saw Mike Brown get out, we saw Rick Brunson go in, we saw Jose Alvarado, and I think somebody else, Steve Novak, saw a couple of those guys, and I was standing across the street, and I'm recording, and some guy next to me is also recording, and he yells to Rick Brunson, he goes, "Jalen Brunson is the greatest Knick, it's not Patrick Ewing." And Rick Brunson turns around and goes, "Yo, watch your mouth with that." And to Maddie's point, but my thought process with Rick Brunson saying that is that he's probably not trying to have his son get his head pumped up too much about it, and he's trying to keep him at this humble level. That's my angle for it. But again, there is an element where new age players, they can't compete in some of these guys' minds with the Ewings of the world or the Reggie Millers or whatever. For some reason, old heads in the NBA, the Knicks this year just ended a 53-year drought. In the hierarchy of ranking players, yes, is Brunson the number one point guard in the league right now? No. Was Patrick Ewing the best center during his time? He's top 2 or 3 or whatever. I'm sorry, if you're the guy who leads the team, takes a $113 million haircut, and leads the team to a championship when you haven't won one since 1973, you are in rarefied air. Patrick Ewing could not do it. So therefore, you leapfrog Patrick Ewing, in my opinion. It has nothing to do with Pat not being a good player. It's just Brunson was able to get it done when Patrick was not.
Also, why is it, watch your mouth? Why not just be I get it, man, but chill. Watch your mouth. He just complimented your son.
I don't know if I could. Don't.
No, I know.
Take me to court here. I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but he said something to the effect "Yo, watch it or knock it off." I know.
And then for him to come on national TV right after it happens, nobody even asks him, and he says that Ewing's like, and Mike, you're probably right. It probably is because he doesn't want his son's head to get too inflated. It doesn't seem like Brunson has that problem. Like, I really don't think he has that problem. He's never shown that he has that problem. Of all the guys in the NBA, Brunson is one of the least arrogant and most likable guys that there is. So I don't think you have to really worry about that. In comparison to, if it was James Harden, sure, you should probably worry about it, right? Like, there's a lot of other guys. I mean, listen, you could worry about it.
Brunson was blasting Justin Bieber on his parade float. I thought that was hilarious. I mean, he said it multiple times. He listens to Justin Bieber right before he runs out on the court. Like, he's just like
he's a funny dude. Like, he seems like a down to earth, funny dude.
Seems like a normal guy.
And he's very likable. I do agree to a certain extent. I don't know why I think it's both sides are guilty of it, especially, and it seems like it's way more prevalent in the NBA than any other sport. Like, it doesn't seem like this happens in any other sport, but it seems like the old heads can't adapt to the fact that these guys are just so much more skilled and athletic and crazy, but this newer generation can't adapt to the fact that, like, dude, it probably was way more physical to play 25 years ago than it is now, and like, you guys just can't handle. But Marty,
that's different.
But it's different. It's different things that both sides are like, oh yeah, we're just better than. Like, they're always having a pissing contest for no reason.
Realistically, if the '90s Knicks played, and it's such a dumb argument, I hate, but if the '90s Knicks played this team would probably smoke them.
Marty, you can't have the argument because it's different styles of basketball. You just can't. You can never have the argument.
They just rain threes in their face. They'd have no idea what to do.
If the game was officiated how it was in 2000, yes, the early 2000s teams would win. If it was officiated how it is now, the entire team would be fouled out in the second quarter.
You can't punch the guy in the face way different. 3-point line.
Marty, it's just different. It's a different era of basketball, which I wish both sides could just adapt and understand that, like, you can't compare. The eras were special in their own ways. Like, this is just the skill and the talent level now far surpasses anything that happened in the past. But, like,
so what are we talking about? We're talking about the skill and the talent level. Isn't that what matters?
It's just trying to stay relevant. You have to talk about when you played.
Here's the thing: is like the one thing that I'll give these old heads about is, like, they got to see both. We didn't get to see both. Like, we didn't get to see or have vivid memories of the 90s and early 2000s basketball. Maybe, like, mid 2000s for sure. But, like, so that's where I kind of, like, sometimes will be like, all right, maybe they do have a point, because they did see both. Like, they are currently seeing what it is now, and they did see what it was then. So.
And they've seen the evolution of the game. They've seen it play through. They've seen the contract evolution. I think there's a little bit of spite there. I think these guys are pissed that they're not getting the money that these guys get now because the league is so heavily inflated. I think that plays a part in it, and I guess I can understand that. Both sides have their, and it all depends on what you're talking about when, but that doesn't mean, like, Allen Iverson could compete right now. Like, some of these guys, the star, Kobe can obviously compete right now, right?
Well, Kobe essentially played in this era.
Right. But it didn't really start to change until the late, 2015, 16, 17. Like, I would say the last 10 years is when it's really taken a major shift change on how the game is officiated, how it's played, the flagrants, dude, flagrant fouls. You think those guys back then ever heard of flagrant? They'd all be out of every game. Like,
they tried to play the 90s style. You guys got mad at them.
Nah, well, there's a difference between playing 90s style and, like, being a dirty little French guy.
You guys ever watch the Pistons play? The Bad Boy Pistons? They were doing the same thing, and that's good basketball.
Elbowing a guy in the throat.
Much worse. Yeah, they were doing much worse. They were like fighting.
Let's be honest with you. Like, that style of basketball is not fun to watch. I don't find that fun to watch.
The intensity of those games, I mean, dude, you can't not find that entertaining. I think the intensity style of the early 2000s basketball was different.
If I want to watch fighting, I'll watch fighting. If I want to watch basketball, I'll watch basketball.
Go look up the scores of, like, the Bulls finals. It was like 89-85. Like,
well, I don't have to look them up. But Mike, you didn't actually watch it and live through it. Neither did I. So we don't know what it was like to watch it.
You can watch the game. You can literally go on YouTube
whenever we
and
want
watch the game and be like, "Yeah, this isn't better."
I can't explain what Michael Jordan just did.
He just dribbled behind his back. I've never seen that before.
Have you went back and watched any one of those games fully through completion? Like I doubt it.
Can't get through 5 minutes of it.
Marty, you do the same thing that you make fun of everybody for doing. You watch a 5-minute clip of something and then you make fun of it for the next 5 years because that's what you've done with everything. You and Mike,
one guy.
Me, I don't do that.
What's his face? I forgot who it was, but he goes, "Don't talk to me about athleticism. I saw Kenny the Jet Smith throw a ball between his legs and then dunk." He literally stood at the free throw line, threw the ball between his legs, hit the backboard, turned around, and then did like the most basic dunk. I'm not kidding you. A 16-year-old kid could do that today. He was talking about like he did something amazing.
Because the skill and athleticism has gotten way better. Like it has like how kids are trained, how they come up, like all the AAU programs and stuff. But by the same notion, that stuff you could argue is also what's ruining basketball. You got guys trying to run up scores in 14-year-old AAU basketball and not actually teaching anybody anything.
I think that's a slightly different argument.
But it plays a part into that's how college is played now. Like, look at what college basketball is turning into. Like, look at what the NBA, it's all a trickle-down effect, right? Look at some of these top-tier high school programs are turning into college-funded NIL bullshit, pretty much, right? Like
that's why we need 47 to step in and fix NIL.
That's why we need a collective bargaining agreement for college kids.
So my homework this week, I'm going to go watch a 90s Bulls game, and I'll get back to you. And let
us know how it is. It's probably not.
Probably going to be
moments.
Pretty terrible to watch.
I just, anyway, but the overall point here is like, we talk about championships so much, and like it's the Jordan, LeBron debate. Like, is it all about championships? And like in this scenario with yes, I know. In this scenario with Pat and Brunson, like I think it is based on championships because it has been 53 years since the last time they had won a championship. So
Brunson also has like the best playoff stats of any Knick either. So like it's not just about championships.
It's like when you on talk radio this past week, all they were talking about is like, Brunson has entered into that conversation with like the Eli Mannings of New York, the Derek Jeters of New York, and like I understand the pushback
best
on
basketball player of all time potentially.
Hold on. I understand the pushback on like the Jeter conversation because Jeter won 5 championships, but
it's crazy.
I think it has more to do with the fact that I've said it already 5 times. It had been 53 years since they won something. So like he does get put in. I think he should be put into those conversations with some of the greatest New York athletes of all time.
He is. He also took $100 million pay cut. So
Marty, you are firing tonight. I'll tell you.
I mean, it's true. He took $100 million pay cut. And then not even when he came to the team, nobody liked him. Nobody wanted him. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is a terrible decision."
I remember talking to a guy at work who's a big Knicks fan. He's a massive Knicks fan. I said, "You really think giving this guy $100 million, 4 years, $100 million?" I said, "You really think that that's going to change the course of this team?" And I was dead wrong.
Dead wrong.
I mean, you and a lot of people, and I'm
sure. No, I know.
Stephen A. apologized. He was like, "I was wrong."
Well, right. I mean, whatever. I'm sure a lot of people said a lot of shit about him, but I don't.
I want to see what's her name.
Well, I think it's Becky Hammond. I think she's not going to say anything. She doesn't really have to. I think we only see the clips and we only see stuff from college and high school, but you don't really know what happens behind closed doors. And now that he's won and you hear people talk about him, they talk about his dedication behind closed doors. Jay Wright, I saw, had a clip out the other day where, Brunson asked him to play golf or something like that. And he's like, "All right, I got us a tee time at 7:30 at some golf club, like out west." And he's like, no, I can't do 7:30. Like, that's when I train. Like, so this guy's dedication to actually perfecting his craft is like, that's where we all got it wrong, right? You don't really know that about a player until you actually know it.
Also, until he gets the usage rate. When he was with the Mavericks, when Luka was out, he was unbelievable.
That's what I saw Luka on with JJ Redick.
Great.
And then then the Knicks gave him the money and the usage rate, and it showed how good he really could be, which is unbelievable.
There's also go ahead.
If you were just saying New York, I think without the championship, if they just made it to the finals this year and lost,
I am just saying New York, by the way.
Yeah, so I think regardless of winning the title or not, he would be put in there because he has consistently performed and improved every year. And like it would, obviously the championship is going to solidify some things,
Right.
but like I don't, I don't think that would have really. If you're just talking about a New York prominent athlete, like there's been plenty of guys who have played in New York that have sucked. Like people are obsessed with Carmelo Anthony. He never fucking won anything. Like that was my argument before,
But
right?
back
Like
to Elijah. But back to Elijah's point 15 minutes ago, like. He's gonna become not irrelevant, but like that part of the Knicks history is going to become somewhat diluted.
No, Melo will always be a baller.
I
I
guess.
think Melo will always be liked in New York. I just think it puts him on a different level. I think it's pretty easy to say he would be a top athlete in New York's history or whatever. I don't think he comes close to surpassing Jeter.
Jeremy Lin.
I think Eli's is so funny because like I don't even.
It's a different
Eli's
game, man. It's such a different football's such a different game. Like their defense in 2000
people in football.
Right.
Eli's best statistical seasons, they didn't even win anything. They didn't win a playoff game. Some of Eli's best statistical seasons and his seasons where he was like, average is when his teams carried him to a Super Bowl. So like, I don't know.
It's
like
just
football
it's the moments for him that stick out, right? Like the eluding escaping and then the throw to Manningham. Like it's the moments. So yeah, I mean, listen, it's the parade. Back to the parade. It was awesome. Saint hates parades, but I think he's coming around on him just a little bit after that conversation.
It would seem like a lot to go there for 6 hours just to like watch a couple floats drive by, regardless of who it was.
It's more
fun and enjoyment.
It's more than just like watching the floats. It's about being
It's
there,
the atmosphere.
saying you were there.
I'd rather be at. But if you would have rather been, if you had a choice to like be at the game or be there,
one's
like,
free and one's $10,000.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, I understand, but I'm just saying, like to put it up there and say it's like the greatest moment. I don't know. The moment would be being there, not necessarily like.
If
I didn't say it was the greatest moment. I said it was in my top 5.
If you were at a Yankees championship parade this year, this time in November of 2026, if they win, I'm almost positive that you would say, yeah, this was probably one of the greatest sports memories that I have. I'm willing to bet almost a lot of money. You'd be silly to not say that.
Well, I don't know. I've never been to one, so I can't tell you if that's accurate or not.
The Red Sox won in Cooperstown in 2004. That was awesome.
And that was in Cooperstown.
Cooperstown?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
That's actually awesome.
Because of history. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, because
wait, what? They did the parade in Cooperstown?
Not
they had
parade.
a parade.
They just did a parade. They brought
Cooperstown
it was the day
amazing.
of the Cooperstown game they do every year.
You got married in Cooperstown, dude.
Saint, are you familiar with the Baseball Hall of Fame and that it's in Cooperstown?
Yeah,
I understand. I didn't know why they were doing a thing in Cooperstown.
Because it was a big deal when the Red Sox won in 2004.
Yeah, the curse of the cockbag, we know.
Okay, so yeah,
the Sultan of Swat. Do you mean the guy who hit a home run 578 feet?
500.
The guy who ate hot dogs and drank Miller Lights.
The wimpy deer. Actually, this kind of leads good segue into the Yankees and baseball. The question is like, does the Knicks championship add more pressure to the Yankees to win a World Series?
Yes.
Yankees don't give a fuck about that.
I think that.
Yes.
All right,
it matters.
Sit this one out. I think that I was listening to I don't know what show it was.
No, it doesn't.
I was listening to the show and like Brunson and Hart threw out the first pitch on like Tuesday night, right? They won the championship on Saturday, and then next thing you know, they're at Yankee Stadium throwing out the first pitch. Like, I think it definitely adds pressure to the Yankees to win a World Series. I mean, Aaron Judge said it. He said, if Knicks championship in June and the Yankees win in November, like that would bring world peace. Obviously, I think he's being funny, but like, yeah, I think it adds a lot of pressure to that team to win because the AL is so bad that they should be in the World Series this year because the American League is so bad and they are, I don't want to say light years better than everybody in the American League, but if you look at the run differential, like there's like 4 teams in the American League who have a positive run differential, and it's like damn near single digits for these other teams. The Yankees are like 120.
There's 17. There's 7 teams in baseball that are actually like, you watch them and you're like, wow, they don't suck. Like the majority of the league, and I think it's way more top heavy than even like last year or the year before. Like there's significantly less parity, and the league is very top heavy and shitty. The teams that are shitty are
teams
shitty.
are in the NL.
5. 5 of the 7. I put the Rays as like one of the ones that are okay.
I forgot about
They've
them.
kind of been sucking lately.
And they've kind of been sucking too, and they're a deceivingly good team because I don't feel like it's going to sustain, like Mike said before. So, but they're still technically good or whatever. But the other ones, yeah, everybody else is in the NL, right? And you have like the Phillies coming on now. I would always consider the Phillies good. Braves, Dodgers, right? Like some of those teams. But then, yes, the Yankees. I don't think it adds any additional pressure because the pressure's on the Yankees anyway. Who gives a fuck about the Knicks title? Like
I know, but if you're looking at it from a New York perspective, right? A team that just hadn't won in 53 years finally completed what they set out to do, and you have who's hurt right now, Aaron Judge. You have arguably the greatest right-handed hitter of all time on your team, on top of a pitching staff with Garrett Cole, Max Fried. I know these guys are hurt, but like, I think it does add pressure to them to see to actually be here in this city and see what actually happened. And I know it's different because the Knicks play right in Manhattan. They play in the heart of the city. Like, so it's a little bit different, and no one really gives a shit about the Brooklyn Nets, to be completely honest with you. I know they have fans. I get it, but like the city would not react the same way if the Nets made a run. Like, I just know that to be certain.
Won a championship, that would be wild.
It'd be crazy. You know what? One of my friends at work, Brad, is a Nets fan, and he is just like, he got so angry. Just all the talking heads on the media talking about like the Knicks and like the city and yada yada yada, and like kind of like discarding the Nets. So I understand his frustration. But I think
New Jersey Nets, dude.
I think the Nets had a really good thing going until they signed Kevin Durant. But again, we have this conversation at work. What GM wouldn't have done that? Like, I mean, there's probably not many.
Literally half a foot away from making the finals.
Yeah, KD's
like
foot,
an actual foot.
It sucks because it's similar to what a lot of people perceive like the Los Angeles Rams as. It's very much turned into a touristy attraction, like not a real fan base team. Like the New Jersey Nets had a very real, very passionate fan base in Jersey, and they left it, and now it's just a bunch of bandwagon nonsense. People go and they get free tickets. Like, it's all dirt cheap. The team kind of...
if you want to see your team play, you go to a Nets game.
Right. And it's in, like, nobody actually is, like, a diehard Nets fan. The New Jersey fans didn't migrate with it, I don't believe. Like, it seems like a bunch of fair weather fake fans of just another place that happens to be in New York that no one cares about. Like,
I think they're talking about moving it back.
They should. I don't know why they took it away to begin with. The arena's still there that they played in. Like, I don't know the Prudential.
The Izod Center. Well, I don't know what it's called now, but yeah. So, back to the question. Like, I think it does add a level of pressure from a New York sports perspective that the Yankees need to win a World Series solely based on what they saw Brunson, Hart, these guys do, how the city kind of rallied around this entire team, whether it's the chick that doesn't give a shit about basketball all of a sudden wearing Knicks gear and posting it on their Instagram. But I definitely think it adds pressure to them, for sure.
Well, it's just a reminder that they haven't won in so long.
Right.
Because you see what the city's starting for a championship like this. Obviously, it's the Knicks, which, holds some more weight. But, it's just showing me what the Yankees used to have and haven't had since 2009. Yeah, I think it adds. Obviously, they already have the pressure, like saying. It's not like... Obviously, they're not trying to win a World Series every year, but yeah, I think it adds a level to it.
If the Knicks didn't win, would you be saying any differently? Like, I don't think it.
Yes.
I don't think it adds or diminishes.
No, it adds. Living in the city, being in the city, right? And that's the Yankees are in New York City. Their fans are in New York City. It adds pressure. You walk around, you can feel it. You're like, damn! Like, look at the way that these guys are reacting for this basketball team. Like, we got to do this. We got to win. It definitely adds pressure. You have to be here to understand.
But the Yankees have more of an expectation. Yankees have more of an expectation year in and year out than the Knicks generally do. So it does. It exists anyway.
The Knicks had expectation. The Knicks had expectation.
For 1 year, the Yankees have it every year. Like, I don't. The expectation is always there for the most part with the Yankees, outside of a few fluke years or whatever. Like, the expectation is there. Yeah, maybe it's like, oh, the Knicks won, we want a parade too. But, like, ultimately, we haven't won in a decade and a half, and, like, we've had opportunities. We've blown a lot of different things. Like, we've been right on the doorstep. We have our...
Well, these guys aren't robots, dude. Think about human nature. They're obviously
we have our aging star. Like, I think there's more pressure because Aaron Judge is going to age out before he wins a World Series than there is that the Knicks winning a World Series. Like,
a slight
or the Knicks winning a title. Yeah, the Knicks winning a title, I don't think adds more than that. Like, if they don't at least go this year and they're not competing again, like, it's a massive letdown with how the AL looks. And what are you going to get? How many years does Judge have left? Like, it's a real conversation at this point.
3, 4,
2.
Yeah,
2.
Where he's the star and the main leader of the team. You probably have 2.
Maybe a half a season.
He probably plays one more year in the outfield, and then after Stanton falls off, he goes to DH or first base. I don't know.
Imagine if they reset. Imagine if they do a reset. For a bunch
What?
of prospects. Trade him for a bunch of
talking.
prospects.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking like
Just
a Red
saying.
Sox owner.
Marty, have you ever seen the Yankees trade anybody for prospects? They're the one dishing out the prospects.
Why does he sound so far away?
I don't know. Can you like speak up? You know what?
Hear me?
Here's. I think this is going to happen at some point. No computer, no mic. You're off. It's.
All right.
No, I'm not saying right now. I mean, we're 45 minutes in.
I'm buying a new laptop. Don't worry about it.
You know, it's just at some point the standard, and I blame myself. I do. I blame myself.
All I did was kind of say something quietly, so you couldn't really hear me, and that's why it sounded like I was far away because I didn't say it that loudly. You haven't said anything the entire time.
Right, but like,
I mean, there is some static. Do you guys hear the static? Or
I hear it. I don't know where it's coming from, but
okay.
Your camera's pretty fuzzy too.
I hear that too.
The camera's fine because it all works out in the end where it comes through as clear. It's just shitty for us right now. But
I hear the static too.
Listen, I think a group is only as good as its leader, and no, I don't think it's me, dude. Like if we do 100 episodes, I might be the problem maybe 3 times.
Convenient.
I think it's Saint, actually, believe it or not. Nevertheless, the point is there's going to have to be some standards in it, and I blame myself.
Are you saying so if there was a problem, 100 episodes, you're saying you're 3 of them?
Yeah, probably.
We're guaranteed to have a problem in 100 straight episodes.
How many episodes do we have problems in out of the 100? 75?
Oh, there's something wrong, whether it's brought to air or not, and I think every single episode. Every single episode, no doubt.
So what would you mark the other percentages or the other? Because you can just do it out of 100%.
Yeah, Marty probably 40. Saint, I'll give you 30, and I'll give Eric the rest.
Dude, 30? That's fucking crazy.
You are late on most days.
Yeah, that includes
17 minutes late today.
17 minutes.
Saint, let me ask you a question. If you showed
up, it was not 17 minutes.
If you showed up to FedEx 17 minutes late, would you get in trouble?
No, he makes his own schedule.
It wasn't 17 minutes.
Oh my God! Okay, 15, 12,
it wasn't
11,
even that.
10.
I looked at the thing and I said, "Wow, it's 10:17. We're 17 minutes behind." As I was rejoining,
hang on, we could do the math. We've been recording for 47 minutes, and we recorded as soon as Saint got here.
Lodge, do the math.
Subtract it.
We didn't record as soon as I got here. It was at least 4 to 6 minutes.
Okay,
no, it was not 4 to 6.
10:15.
It was not 4 to 6 minutes.
It was 4 to 6 minutes.
No, it wasn't.
Here's my problem.
And dude, I'm not always late. I'm usually the only one fucking on here.
We have a text
You're
from Mike
never
at
late?
10:15 that said Saint with 3 question marks. He got on right after that.
Dude.
Okay, so our 10:17 mark is pretty accurate.
Probably generous.
Whatever.
Fine.
Fine.
The
audio issues though, Saint's on point. He's done a much better job not doing the backup.
Right. And that's why I asked.
I don't think Saint is a problem a lot of the time.
From an audio and visual standpoint, no, never a problem.
My favorite is when he was in the bed. And his head.
You guys should have seen the one time where he tried to get on from his car. He was in his car, and it was
dedication.
me, him, and Eric.
I pounded him for it.
Well, because I think he knew that it wasn't going to work, but he tried anyway, which I appreciate. But all I could hear was just like the road. I don't know what was happening. It sounded like you were. It sounded like you were driving on like a road that's being repaved, but they haven't paved it yet. You know what I mean?
You're like,
yeah. Oh, I was like saying, probably not going to work, brother. He's like, all right.
That's
anyway, the standards have to change.
We got to get Marty on a computer,
and I blame myself. I blame myself.
I'll be on the computer. Don't worry about it.
I blame myself. I have to take accountability here.
Mike.
Yeah, no, you should because I text you guys and ask for hat recs. Elijah answers. The next text, nobody answers.
I did forget to answer the second one.
I text and say, hey guys, can you send me some videos of some reactions? And Maddie goes, to sports? And I'm like, dude, you could do whatever you want. And then crickets.
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you want for that? Do you want us to just like talk about random things you're going to put out there?
About?
No, and Saint didn't even see it.
Okay, so like what you do, like when you're walking down the street,
yes,
kind of thing.
Just like that. Anything, USA soccer related, World Cup related.
Okay,
anything.
Good. I like that.
Food review.
Anything you want.
I should have went into town and got the Scots.
Yes,
yeah, you should have. Scots.
You want to hear something? You want to hear something crazy? So my CEO is from London, and I was talking to him about all the stuff I've been seeing on Twitter, and he was like, I don't think you realize how much anti-American propaganda is spewed over in the UK. And he's like, some of these people are coming here for the first time in their lives, and they're like, this is nothing like they tell us on television over there. And he thinks that there's going to be a massive influx of European people here over the next couple of years.
Cool.
Yeah, dude,
he's not the only person that said that. I've seen that, and a lot of people have said we are not just in England, but all over Europe. They're saying that it's generally speaking, it's a lot of anti-American as far as culture and everything, especially like and the Japanese and stuff. Obviously, they don't hear anything good about us. We're a bunch of lazy fat idiots, right? Like that's what the Japanese and the Chinese and everybody are preaching, and they're all coming here. And you're seeing all the videos and stuff, but a lot of people have said it. They've said we do not hear about any of this stuff that you guys have here. We only hear
not like, let's be honest.
They like our country more than we do.
Yeah, you could argue that. They're also here on like some level of vacation, so like your perspective is completely different. But the point still remains.
Big on that. Big on vacation.
but they're talking about a baseline of like actual how we live in the day to day and like what we have access to. Like dude, the UK doesn't have a third of what we have as far as like just general day to day life stuff, right? Well, yes, that's one thing, right? But like you've seen all the shit with
it's a pretty basic thing.
With the food and the gas stations, and I saw the one guy talking about, he's like, we can't even, he goes, this just goes to show the right to bear arms. He was talking about that. He was talking about what they don't have in the UK compared to here. It's like, oh, dude.
I love how they call gas over there. They call it petrol. The petrol station.
Petrol station.
Anyway, but that's actually been really cool to see. So
yeah, I've enjoyed that.
The Japanese guy eating barbecue is so
that's
funny.
Awesome. Taylor started following one of the guys on TikTok because she said it was so good. I don't know who it was.
When she goes up and he goes, I don't know English, but I am excited.
Yeah.
Well, the people at the Jersey Deli were incredible. Did you see those videos?
So good.
Yeah,
the deli
awesome.
The deli owner was so good to them. He was so cool to them. He's like, what are you getting, sweetheart? And she's like, eggplant. He brought him behind the counter. He's like, look at this guy's shoes. Like, yeah, I think it's been absolutely awesome. I think it's actually good. Changed a lot of people's views on this country for the better, which I think is yeah, it would turn out to be the greatest PR for for America. Which leads me to soccer.
Yes,
we won the group. Around. We won the group. Okay, we went 2-0. That's 6 points. It's called soccer now. One of my buddies sent me a text. He's like, call me crazy, but I think, and he was showing like the bracket and how what their run would have to look like.
Lining up nice for us.
Yeah. He's like, call me crazy. I think we can make it. And I'm just like, all right, well, I'm going to call you crazy because I don't know if that's accurate, but what does it look like for the United States now that they've clinched the group, and who would they, I know they play Turkey. My question to you guys is like, are they going to rest all of their main guys? Like Pulisic is obviously dealing with some level of a calf injury. But do you rest those guys? Like, what do you think they should do? What should Mario Panchetta do?
Mario Panchetta. You got 4 guys on yellow cards, which could be a problem. So I don't think you even play any of those guys. There's no point in getting them suspended for a game that actually matters in the knockout stage. Yeah.
If you sit them for a game, does that yellow card go away?
Yeah. After the group stage, everything resets to nothing.
Okay. Lige, go ahead. Sorry.
It goes away.
I think if we can get Pulisic to play for 45 minutes, you do it just to get his legs underneath him. But for the most part, no, you don't risk anything. But you start most of the same guys. I don't think you risk the yellow cards, but you still want to put a competitive team out there so they don't lay off the gas pedal. We kind of saw that in the second half of both games, honestly, where they kind of took a step back. First game, not as much. But this second game, they looked like the team I thought they were going to be, which was pretty incompetent and on the back foot a little more than I wanted them to be. Maybe because of the 2-0 lead. But you don't want to do, like, any team can beat you in the knockout stage. And we played great the first, 1.5 games, 2 games here. But when you get to the knockout stage, a team could sit back for 90-plus minutes. They don't have to give up a goal. And then you're going to go to penalties, and that's a crapshoot. So...
Or all it takes is one. All it takes is one bullshit counter.
Yeah. And that was our first clean sheet in like 12 games or something. So
and look at what's been happening.
Yeah, the games have been absolutely insane. So the path is looking great. We wouldn't play any actual like decent team, I think.
Can you lay out the path if you have it in front of you?
If you filibuster for me, I can try to find it.
Oh, I can filibuster.
Right now.
Wait a minute. We need to get rid of the filibuster. Don't mention oh my God.
I know we would play Bosnia and Herzegovina in the next round.
Ecuador. It's all so. First of all, it's all stupid. The way it should get reseeded is just do 1 through 32 and 1 plays 32 and blah blah blah. They do the.
No, they've played this out for a long time though. They do the same thing every
FIFA's got to concoct some bullshit formula for all this dumb. It's so dumb. Everything's dumb. But right now, as it sits, they would face Ecuador. Bosnia's not even in it right now, so they face Ecuador, and then their second round game would be just as potentially easy.
Right,
it'd be like an Austria or something like that. So they're in a good position to be in a
class.
In our lower bracket, we would, as of now, we'd have Congo, Ghana, Uruguay, Austria, Bosnia, Herzegovina, New Zealand, and Czech Republic. That's obviously changed a little bit since then, but that gives you all the way to, I think, the or quarterfinals.
The quarters.
Which would be insane. And then before we face a team like Brazil or Germany, which I think we still get crushed.
Yeah, they're going to get crushed by a team like that.
I don't know. I'm interested to see how their play changes once they face a team that's better than them. Because they're not going to be able to control the ball the whole time and play they want to play. So if they have a way to adjust, I think they have the talent to play that defensive counterattacking style against a better team. It depends if the coach is going to do that or not.
It's also just sucks that you want them. I almost wish that this Turkey game had to be a little bit competitive,
Yes.
like they had something to play for, because I think it could be dangerous not going into this and just kind of having it be a wash or whatever and not really putting your best foot forward, because that puts these guys in a bad mindset. Like, even just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You're on home soil, you go out, you play bad and you draw 1-1 or like you lose 2-1 or like it just, you won the group still, but is it the same? Like, you want to go in there with momentum, playing well and having your, even if you have these bench guys coming in.
Is Tim Howard still the goalie?
Yes.
No, but I understand what you're saying, but also I don't think we've been in this position where we can say like, holy shit, we won the group in 2 games. Like, now we have the luxury of not having to like play all these guys and like rest and things like that. Like,
no, it's good, and I'm glad it's a predicament you want to be in. But it's also, I don't even understand. FIFA changed it now, so head-to-head matters more than goal differerential. Otherwise, we wouldn't have clinched anything, which is why I was confused that we even clinched to begin with.
New rules.
So new sense. It looks optimistic. I hope they don't. This game is really going to signify what it is that the team is, because like I hope they don't look like the second half of what it was, because they very, very much look like the USA of the last 12 years. Like, sit back on your heels, kind of play like shit, kick the ball around, play physical, too many yellow cards, too many fouls. They get lazy on defense. They let run, so they have to check a guy or do something and get a card for it. Like, that lazy style, once you get down and like we're getting a lot of optimism, right? It's in our country. We're going to have a lot of advantage. We're going to have a lot of the crowd behind us, but like, dude, these teams are starting to come alive now. Like, go watch England play. Go watch France play. Like, we are nowhere close to that. We need the best foot forward if we're going to have a chance.
First half against Paraguay every single minute of every single game.
That's a tall order.
It is, but
it's not even that. It's being on the attack and playing a smart counter game and not just playing boom ball and fouling and like doing what US tends to do.
Could you imagine if they won on the the year America turns 250. I mean,
that
would
as of now, they don't have a game on the 4th.
Yeah, it would be the
awesome.
No, I just mean like
would be awesome.
winning the entire thing in the year that America turns 250.
To show our dominance. Yeah,
I mean the party. We would definitely write to FIFA and say like, hey, I think we actually should change it to soccer, like legitimately.
I'd go to that parade.
Yeah, for sure.
In reality, though, the bare minimum with how the bracket feeds and how everything's going is like the expectation for this team should be to be in the last 8 standing. I don't think that's unrealistic and that's what Americans.
With the schedule and how it's shaping up and the talent that they have, that is the expectation.
I think that's the general consensus across the board is like there's no reason we shouldn't be in the quarterfinal, and then the hope would be you get to the quarterfinal and hey, anything can happen for a couple of games. Like, and we're on home soil, like we can get some momentum, we could figure it out, but like I hope they don't get too ahead of that and just pretend you're gonna walk by.
You could also lose in that first round easily.
For sure. Do you think if
stay focused?
Saint, let's say that plays out on paper, right? Let's say they actually are one of the last 8 teams standing. Do you think that kind of changes this country's tune on soccer from a national perspective, where you're going to start to see kids maybe who watch this one and they're on the cusp of like picking a sport right now, and some of our better athletes could potentially go that way? Lodge, same question for you.
I think if we play well and we actually play well for 2 games on the biggest stage in the world and we go into a quarterfinal and we're competitive, yeah, I think it changes the trajectory of what we can do. If they come out and and I know it seems stupid, but it really does matter how they play. Like, if they come out in this round of 32 and they play like dog shit and they get lucky and they win 2-1, like, no, that's not really motivating anybody, especially if you're going into the next round. Like, you want to show some sort of U.S. dominance, especially on our soil where they're going to have an advantage with the crowd being behind them. And that's what everybody's played into, right? Like, the biggest talking point before I let Ledge go was the Russia in 2018. They were talking about that team, and they said that team had no business even advancing out of the group stage. They were horrible. They were playing on home soil. They got the crowd behind them, and they got motivated. They ended up advancing out of the group, and they made it all the way to the quarterfinal and lost in the quarterfinal on penalties to Spain, I think.
So, yeah.
So that can change a trajectory, right? Like, that could be something here that if we say we took Argentina to penalties, like, yeah, dude, that's something. But I don't think we're in that top upper echelon class yet. Like, we're not. So
yeah, Lodge, same
also,
question.
I think Russia was doping too. That's probably why they played so well. Anyway, no, it's Saint's pretty much spot on. But yeah, if you can show right now the rest of the world's perception, and by the rest of the world I mean on Twitter, they're starting to recognize that we're playing a completely different game than we've been playing the past, I don't know, almost 100 years, because we haven't been relevant in the World Cup since 1930. But yeah, and if kids growing up see what this team's doing, they make that run and they play well and they go toe-to-toe with the best teams in the world, how can you not be motivated to want to go out and do that, especially if you love soccer? So it's huge for the sport. We're seeing what it's doing with the Europeans coming over here and how that interaction's going. It's just the perfect window of opportunity right now for them to make a lasting impact on FIFA as a whole, but it all comes down to what they're going to do in the next 2 rounds, I would say.
Comes down to execution.
Yeah, it sounds stupid, but yeah, it comes down to what they're going to do in these next 2 rounds. Because if they can win 2 and get into that quarterfinals and play a Brazil, a Germany, and compete, maybe pull off the upset, I mean, we've never seen anything like it. So it's going to be amazing.
And that would be actually out of control. If for some I don't know, stretch of a miracle, this team can go to a semifinal. I know the Knicks just won a title, dude. If the United States can get to us,
it's 180 million people who actually give a shit about sports behind one team. It's crazy.
It'll be nothing like we've ever seen before if this team could win a quarterfinal against a top 8 powerhouse team.
The semifinal would take place in Texas too, which would be insane.
That's
wild. The atmosphere is going to be nuts. I mean, any opposing team is going to run into that.
Yeah, the atmosphere would be nuts. It has been cool to see a lot of these. Anytime they score a goal, they cut to one of these watch parties in San Diego or St. Louis or New York. it's all over. I mean, I remember that back in 2014 too. Like, don't get me wrong, but like to your point, saying like having it here in North America, like in U.S. cities, is just like a layer that like we haven't experienced as a fans before. So it is really cool to see. Marty, you got anything to add here, buddy?
Class. Whole thing's class.
Yeah, this team is class. No, I mean, the World Cup's cool, but at the end of the day, I mean, we fought a war so that we didn't have to talk about this. So
yeah,
I'll stand up.
No, you're not 100% wrong.
Fought a war to call it soccer.
Yeah, you're not 100%. You're not wrong, Marty. You're not 100% wrong. But I think in the spirit of like wanting to see the U.S. do well in the World Cup, I think we can put that on the back burner until after the tournament.
Yeah, it is cool. The World Cup is cool. I'm starting to get drawn into.
Like, I think the difference is too. Like, I remember being out and watching. Like, I think I was out with you. We watched the England game at the bar. But
Beer garden.
Watching the Belgium game, what was that? Was that in 2014?
Yeah, with Johnny at Beer Garden in Albany. Just a different one.
But like seeing, there's a huge difference between that. I'm pretty sure we all went into that game. That was when Belgium was on their up and up. Like, that team was loaded, and cool. I believe every American thought we had no shot, even though I believe we can. Yeah, no one believed that we would win. Like, no one actually did. The fact that we took that game to extras and then completely fell apart in like the first 10 minutes of extra time, but like. That's way different. We're going into these games with actual expectations.
Yeah,
the United States has never. Well, I guess
that's my point. Like, obviously, we remember the Landon Donovans, the Dempsey, the Howard.
Yeah,
like,
those are the underdog, scrappy teams,
right? And they kind of in 2014 they took Belgium to extra time or whatever. Now we have this group of guys with the McKinneys, is it Dest?
Yeah, Serginho Dest.
Belugan or whatever the hell his name is, Pulisic, like you got all these guys. I'm starting to think like, okay, well, what does the next group of guys look like that's coming up after these guys? And
guys playing in Europe like anything we've ever seen before.
Right. And I don't know the age of some of these guys. I know like Pulisic is 28 maybe.
27, I think.
So like he's probably got, this group probably has one World Cup left in them, I would imagine.
Yeah, some of the guys will be around for the next one, but just the fact that they're playing in Europe. Like, even like Dempsey and Donovan, they didn't play in Europe.
Dempsey Howard did a little bit, right?
I don't. At their peak, I remember them playing for LA.
Dempsey went out. Dempsey went over there on loan a couple times, but he never like.
Yeah, I mean, Tim Howard was obviously the starting goalkeeper for Everton for a while, so he was world class for us, not for the world. But the fact that these guys are over there playing constantly on these teams, are performing well. I mean, Weston McKennie is one of the better players on Juventus, which is. Arguably the best team in Italy. It's wild to see. And
all of these guys are, sorry, Ligel, most of these guys are one of top 2 players on their team. Like, that's what I was running through last time. Chris Richards, I would argue Chris Richards is the second best player on Crystal Palace. I would argue Pulisic's the best player on Milan right now. I mean, I guess that's kind of up for debate, at least top 2. Yeah. McKinney's the best player probably on Juventus. Like, dude, Balogun is definitely the best player on Monaco. Like, these guys are fucking on actual European powerhouse teams, and they are the best players, and they are playing for our country. We have not had that like this.
Did
anybody in Bundesliga 1 or Bundesliga 2?
You got a couple guys in Bundesliga 10, I think.
I will say, you talk about the next generation. There is a guy, the Sullivan guy, who thinks plays for Philadelphia. He's signed to Man City. When he turns 18, he's going to go play for Man City.
Who does Gio Reyna play for?
We already have the next generation ready, like playing for one of the top teams in England. So it's like we're there. We have the talent. So yeah, good things are coming, which is kind of cool.
Did Pulisic win? What is it? The FA Cup? Wasn't he on Champions? Why did I say FA
he
Cup?
Was on Chelsea when they won Champions.
Yeah, when they won.
Was he like a part of that team or
off the bench guy?
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell is the FA Cup?
That's just the English.
That's like the English. It's like the England
Cup.
It's
like the NBA Cup.
Got it. Okay.
Actually, literally, yes. That's kind of what it is.
You haven't mentioned once that the Knicks won the double. Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. Yeah.
Adam Silver is just. He is in euphoria right now with the fact that they beat the Spurs in the NBA Cup and then beat the Spurs in the NBA Final. I mean,
wow, that cup.
They had the NBA Cup trophy out there at the parade too.
I'm sure they did. They won the double. You parade all your trophies around.
Yeah.
What does the NBA Cup trophy look like? It's just a cup.
It's literally just a cup with like 4 pillars. Literally, that's all it is. Anyway, let's touch on the Yankees for 2 minutes and just the fact that they dropped 2 of 3 to the Cincinnati Reds. I'll tell you what. You know what's officially lifted? My self ban is officially lifted. I can go to games again.
I don't know why you're not pushing that more. Like, if you have a curse, you just go until they win, and then you break it early.
I've been fair. I haven't seen, besides the game I went with you, Mike. They've been top notch every game I've been there.
Yeah, they won Friday when I was there. It was great. I was buying food and missed both home runs, so it was awesome. Bobby's Burgers at Yankee Stadium is very delicious. The Bacon Crunch Burger is tremendous.
I got the.
It tastes better, but the value, obviously, with the bucket is better. I got the Tay and I got the chicken wing ice cream. I don't know if you guys have seen this on Instagram.
Yeah, it looks like a chicken wing, but
it looks like a chicken wing, but it's ice cream. It's very delicious. But yeah, they dropped 2 of 3 to Cincinnati, a team who's under 500 in the NL Central, and they're just not great. And you know the defense. You know, Anthony Volpe yesterday, a routine ground ball.
Still playing,
and he throws it. And, like, yeah, Ben Rice, you got to make that play. But, like, would it kill Anthony Volpe to throw the ball at the guy's chest? Like, would it kill him?
Yeah, but, dude, didn't he got thrown out at third? He got picked off at first. Hasn't that all happened within, like, the last
2 games?
3 or 4 games, yeah.
I mean,
like, they got thrown out at third trying to stretch it for a ball. So
it's ridiculous, though. Like, you were down a run, I think, at that point.
It was.
He's in scoring position at second. Same thing with Jazz, always trying to steal third for no reason. Jazz, you're in scoring position at second. You're fast as fuck. Just be at second.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's just... Aaron asked the question, like, are the Yanks on a skid, or did they just lose 2 in a row? And Saint responds, season completed. And then I was like, well, you know, they're 7-3 in their last 10. They just lost 2 in a row. They're playing Detroit next, I believe, right?
Definitely going to see Scooball then.
Yeah, so you got to take 2 of 3, and then they go to the Red Sox for 4, which you have to take 3 of 4 in Fenway.
Just sweep them. Do something.
Yeah, gladly, I would gladly do that to you, but realistically, like, winning 4 games in a row in the same city is probably difficult. So
not against that team, it's not.
Maybe not. My favorite stat is
didn't we sweep there earlier this year?
Yeah, 3.
Then we split in New York 1-1.
My favorite stat is from the Red Sox first 3 hitters, 0 for 3, 3 Ks each. Like, I don't think you could do that again if you tried.
Oh, they've probably done it since then.
So it was so funny.
What did I see? I saw something that Boone made a comment about something Caballero did.
I didn't see it.
So, yeah, I don't even know, because I didn't get to read what the comment was, too. He was saying how he couldn't make, like, some mistake that Caballero did. Of all the things, that seems to be what he said, that we can't have that happen out there or something. I forget what it was.
We're going to pick on Caballero when he was, you know, and Volpe makes mistakes constantly, and that's the one you're going to harp on.
Wells is back in the bigs for 5 seconds, and he gets a catcher's interference. Dude, I don't think I got a catcher's interference. I was a high school catcher, and I don't think I got a catcher's interference. This fucking guy he has more than I can count, and he's not even fucking played. How do you get catcher's interference? How? How do you get it so many times?
My issue with Wells is he has
sucks.
he does. But he had 145 at bats before he went to the IL, and he had 7 RBIs. Ali Sanchez had like 14 at bats and had 2 RBIs. Like, okay, I play Ali Sanchez. Like, obviously, like, I don't think Ali Sanchez is going to be the savior of this team, but like at this point in the season, I think you just need to play guys who are going to help you win. And Austin Wells, he can't hit. He obviously can't catch either. You know, I think he's a better defensive catcher than he is hitter. But point being, you got to play guys who are going to help you win. There's no reason Dominguez should not be playing every single day. There's no reason Spencer Jones should not be playing every single day. Anthony Volpe, sorry, pal. If you're not going to make the plays at shortstop, you're out. Caballero, you're in. Like, it's basic.
At this point in time, like, it's not like he's a supreme stud behind the plate, Cleary. At this point, why would you not just be like, all right, Rice, get a bunch of reps day in and day out and go behind the plate? We have a first baseman. We have a real first baseman.
They're going to have to do that when Judge comes back, because goalie cannot come out of the lineup right now.
Dude, Goldie can't come out of the lineup, and Wells can't be an actual guaranteed out. Like, we can't just get to the 9-hitter and say it's an out. Like, let's just go back to the top.
You're essentially starting with one out.
Right, or you're in the middle of a heater, right? Or you're trying to put together some momentum or whatever, and then this bottom of the order guys just kill it. Like Volpe will kill it, trying to stretch something or get picked off. Like Jazz is still good for doing something dumb every once in a while, even though he's been hitting better and he's been better, and I props to him. But McMahon is still whatever, he's okay, right? But then like Wells will just kill everything.
Yeah.
Any momentum we have for anything, it's gone.
Yep, it is what it is. Obviously, with the Knicks being done, right, which is kind of sad. It actually kind of sucks that run is like over. That was really fun. It was
championship runs are sweet.
It was fun to not have to focus on, walking a batter in the fourth inning after you scored a run on a Tuesday night. Like, it's nice to take your mind away from the stuff that you don't need to occupy it with.
Great.
But also the World Cup happening. So, like, obviously we're going to talk World Cup and USA. Did we get a question? We did not. So. Does anyone have a question on the fly?
I want to ask Marty who he thinks wins the World Cup.
All right, Marty.
You got to think about this.
Okay, I was really hoping that you actually heard the question and weren't just.
No, I got to think. I'm going through.
I have a quick little chart so I can filibuster for you. Our expected opponents round of 32 would be Bosnia and Herzegovina. Round 16 would be Belgium, who's looked terrible. And then quarterfinals would be Spain, which is where you run into problems.
I'm gonna say
that's for the U.S. That's what you just played out.
I'm gonna say I think Spain.
They are the favorite, so good pick.
Or no. It's coming home.
Oh, I like that.
England did look really good in their game against Croatia.
Harry Kane. It's coming.
That video, someone sent me a video of Harry Kane like ranking American food, where they do like, where they have like their head and it like rotates through the food, and they'll be like, oh, hot dog, and they'll be like, I don't know how many hot dogs I've had at number 8. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Number 8.
Or whatever. So you can only do that with
Messi hat trick though.
I did not see it actually. I actually just got the Fox One app back, paying $20 a month for it. So
the guy's 38, still out here just playing half a soccer game, just touching the ball once and scoring. He's the best.
I didn't know Cristiano Ronaldo was still playing.
Yeah, he shouldn't be.
Yeah. It's a way different dynamic in Argentina with Messi than it is with him. The team, you could feel that the team does not want him there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, whereas Messi is like glorified. Like these guys worship Messi. The whole team does. Ronaldo is just pissing everybody off. It seems like
that Portugal team is so good, and I think he should be a sub that comes in the 70th minute, and he's a freak athlete still. Have him try to go score a goal or two in the last 20 minutes. But that team is so good, and they
should be favored to win the whole thing. I think he diminishes it.
He's holding them back.
Well,
anyway,
that was your pick. That was our question of the week for Marty.
My pick,
Mike. Who's your pick?
I mean, my pick would probably be France. That team is so stupidly stacked. I mean, I'm rooting the United States and Argentina, obviously, but I think it's France.
I think this is off-brand for me, to be completely honest with you. Totally off-brand. But if England won, that would actually be kind of cool to see, because they're so delusional. My CEO is like, we've been saying it's coming home since 1966. And they haven't won it. So, like, off-brand for me to pick anything for, England to do well. I like guys on that team. Do like Harry Kane. Like, I do like him. So I think it would be cool to see.
It sucks. I'm with you. France is way too good to me. Like, watching them play, I don't see how anybody really beats them. But some of those games are going to be super interesting. It could be a rematch.
Mike, would you say the other day you don't know who Vinny Jr. is? Who said that in the group chat the other day? They don't know who Vinny Jr. is.
Probably me. I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm just great. He's probably the top 5 most famous soccer player in the world.
The 48-year-old goalkeeper who has 10 million followers.
It's just, I would just suggest you guys broaden your horizons. Start watching soccer when it's
Is Paul Pogba still playing?
Yep, he's still out there.
Is he actually?
No,
he's
Kareem
not Benzema
out there.
What about Neymar?
Patrice Evra?
Neymar is on the Brazil team.
Yeah, he's just not going to play at all.
No, but he's there.
What about Hulk
and Fred?
Oh, one last thing.
Hulk divorced his wife to marry his wife's niece.
Great.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's awesome.
That's crazy, but that's actually happened. He was married to her for like 15 years, divorces her, and then marries the niece who was like 24.
You mean to tell me that even professional soccer athletes aren't the most stand-up guys?
Oh, no, soccer athletes are bad people.
They're the least stand-up guys. They're probably worse than NBA players, dude. They're the least stand-up guys.
One last thing. I'm all set on Alexi Lawless. I'm good.
So
dude, everybody is. Holy worst. He's the worst.
So
get him out of there.
I saw this clip of what the hell's his name? The funeral.
Zlatan.
He's like, you're wearing all black. Alexi's still here. He goes, you look like you're going to a funeral. Alexi's right here. And they were all like, ha ha ha, you know.
Dude, Zlatan hates him, and it is so funny because he doesn't hide anything. No. He is such a dick, and I love it.
You couldn't get Tim Howard on that panel.
Dude, no, he's got rights with NBC, I think, and
you have Thierry Henry and Zlatan, two probably top 10 players of all time, and then fucking Alexi Lawless is just a fucking scrub, and they got this guy, and he's trying to talk to them about, and they're just like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't play anything remotely close to what we did. Zlatan hates him, and it's hilarious. You're welcome, America.
Tim Howard's our best representative for anything. I don't know why he's not out there. It's absolutely nuts.
Well, he's probably doing like the Premier League stuff on NBC, right?
Rebecca Lowe works for the Premier League, and she's the host.
Well, Donovan and Thierry Henry works for CBS, and they let him go because he works for CBS to do Champions League. And then Donovan works for somebody else, and they got him doing the games. He's a commentator for some of these games.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan is, and they let him go. I don't know, dude. Lexi's so bad. His takes are so bad. Like, he's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
everyone dislikes him at this point.
He's not fun to watch, and he's kind of a dork. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode. Check us out on Spotify.
Love it.
Yeah, a lot of soccer talk. Check us out on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you next week. We'll see what the USA does, and hopefully the Yankees can turn it around. And we'll talk to you later. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.